The corpus of remedies in Vedic astrology is very huge. But out of that, spiritual remedies are the one which works brilliantly with result which is visible and life changing also. Except for the Vedic remedies related to worship and sadhana, other remedies are not known to change the karmas, right? By the Shastras also, it is not told to change the karmas. By experience also, it is not told to change the karmas as such. Wearing gemstone, etc., is there. That's good for a planet. But in that scenario, as I have always said, that wearing a gemstone is like strengthening the planet, right? It does not makes the planet beneficial. So if a planet is not good for the horoscope, then wearing the horoscope, then wearing the gemstone of the planet brings challenges in the life of the native only, right? So that is not something that is recommended from my side, to be honest with you. Leaving that aside, other type of remedies that people may do, which come from a particular type of text, Lal Kitab, etc., to be precise, some may have experiences related to them that it have worked. In things such as Lal Kitab, also some spiritual remedies are there. But apart from that, there is no remedy as such which is, like effective. Because, like how it can work, right? Shastras say that mantra, sadhana, japa, etc. changes the course of karmas. Devi Bhagavati's karma phaleshu jushtam, right? So destroys the result of karmas and the root of karmas and all. This is known by Shastras, told by our sages, right? Verified by people time and over again. But apart from that, other things, how it can work, right? There is no Shastric opinion for that. There is no logical reason for that, and all sort of things, right? So, from my experience and the parampara, the great astrology sadhana parampara that we Hindus belong to, it is time and over said that it is spiritual remedies that work, right? That's the point. But the point is that do remedies work? Is remedy to be done? As in, see, there's a particular saying in Hindi, right? Dur ka angur khatta. There is a story related to fox, right? Where a fox wants to eat grapes. Some animal tells fox that grapes are very, there are grapes on the tree. You should eat that. And the fox is not able to eat the grape. So he starts saying that the grapes are sour. The grapes are sour. I did not eat them deliberately. So the reality is that he could not. So with remedies also, it is the same thing, right? People who cannot do it, who do not know how to do it, they generally don't believe in remedies and all. But you see, it's not what our Hindu Shastras say. It's not what our Hindu parampara say, right? Here, the word parampara that I'm referring to is the overall Hindu parampara that we all Hindus belong to. It's not what it says, right? It says that by doing remedies, multiple spiritual remedies, multiple results are there, right? Santan Gopal mantra is there to have child, right? And all sort of things. There are mantras and deities for wealth and all sort of things. So why it is there? Why it is there if it does not work, right? It is supported by parampara over and over again. It's not like it is said by one rishi and that's all. From the time of Vedas up to this time, and throughout this Hinduism, it is there, right? So it works. That's why it's there, right? But still, those people who do not know about remedies, who do not have understanding, full knowledge related to remedies, they may propagate such opinion. But in my opinion, in my experience, in the experience of the clients to whom I have recommended it, and in the experience of all of those people who belong to this great parampara of our sastras, right? Spiritual remedies work. There is no two thoughts into it, and I will go on to say that it's only spiritual remedy that works, right? Other remedies don't work, right? Because there is, as I told you, no logical reason, nothing for that. But with respect to these remedies, also the spiritual remedies as well, the point is, I'm going to do this the secret of Devi worship part 2 course, which is from 13th to 16th of October 2025. Part 1, I have done Secrets of Durga Shaptashati, I have done Devaradhan course, I have done these courses, I have done. All of these courses are independent of each other. So it's not like that if you have to come to Secrets of Devi worship part 2, you will have to have Secrets of Devi worship part 1. It's not like that. All of my courses are standalone courses. right? Anything that is taught right from the beginning. And even if someone joins new and they do not know something which is to be known, they can just, right, ask in the class, because the class is live and I take question of all the students, so they can ask it in the class also. Now, with respect to such courses, so I think, what is the purpose of such courses? What is the uses of such courses? Why I am doing such courses? Because see, two, three things are there, right? For example, see, someone comes to us for a consultation, we tell them that there is a problem. The person is already going through the problem generally. That's why they consult. But they need a way out, right? It's like you go to a doctor and doctor will tell you that you have fever. So you will say, yes, I know that. So, I did not came to you to know that I have fever, right? I came to you for a solution. Regarding knowing things, what will happen, what will not happen, this is useful with respect to future, right? When you say in future that at this point of time, so and so thing will happen, then it is prediction. This is what astrology do, but you cannot deny the fact that person currently will also be having some challenges. Generally, taking a consultation or people coming to astrologers induced by this point only, that they are having some issue, they are having some problem, they are having some struggle which they want to change, right? That's the basic point. So how do you change that without remedies? How do you change that? And with respect to prediction regarding future also, if there is a prediction which you say is unpleasant, not good, then just listening to the prediction or just knowing that this will happen will do nothing apart from adding tension to the life of the individual, right? So there have to be a way out to solve it, right? And our Hindu parampara have always focuses on problem solving approach. So this is where the sadhana, japa, mantra all comes in. And as I have just said that in our Hinduism parampara, this is clearly well stated that it produces result and it is experienced by people over generations, centuries, years, right? Because Hindu religion is not like some 200, 300 years old, right? It's thousands of years old. With respect to course, see, it's such courses, I believe, serve a two-way purpose. First of all, for sadhakas, like sadhak is the one who does sadhana, right? Who want to achieve something. Sadhana is want to achieve something. English translation, if I have to make, that will be spiritual aspirant. But nowadays, what does a spiritual aspirant do? Or what is the way available for a spiritual aspirant? The discussion can be fairly very long, right? But to keep things in nutshell, one can either listen to a guru, read a guru. Multiple mediums are there, YouTube, books, recordings, and all. But just listening to someone is spiritual sadhana or what? It's not. Certainly, listening to Shastras, reading Shastras is a part of sadhana, but it's not a sadhana altogether. And when listening to gurus, etc., they say what is generally good, right? What we call hitkari vachan, good things that needs to be followed, that you should have in your life and all. So guru will tell you don't steal, don't cheat, be pure and all. But do not stealing, not cheating is sadhana. It's the basic, it's the basic dharma that everyone should follow. It's how you become a good person, right? It's not sadhana as such. Apart from that, if someone is going to temple, then is just going to temple is sadhana. See, this may be known as tirth sevan, right? Say a temple is either self-manifested, it have energy, Shakti Pita, Jyotirlingas, etc. is there, or it is given power by some very great sadhak like Ramakrishna have given power to Dakshineshwar and all. Such places are, when you go to such places, it is known as Tirtha Sevan. Tirtha Sevan is a part of sadhana, but it's not sadhana itself. And apart from that, any other temple that is generally made is okay. It's for a place, for a person who do not remember God to remember, right? They see the temple and the thought of God comes into their mind, right? Because it's a place of special presence of something. But we people who are into Jyotish and all, we almost every time remember God, right? So for us, this click is not needed that we see temple at that point of time only we will become religious, at that time we will remain irreligious. That's not the thing, right? Because all of us who are into Jyotish, astrology, sadhana, etc., are little bit elevated beings as compared to normal people, right? That is very certain. We remember God more often as compared to what others do. So this point is there. So, this going to temple, tirtha sevan, etc., also is not sadhana as such. One can surely get initiated in a particular parampara and then can do the mantras that is given by their guru. This certainly is sadhana. But apart from that, all of the spiritual practices that is being done, few of which I have mentioned, does not determine a part of sadhana. And very cautiously, right? This is the point that I have basically used in the beginning, that it is the sadhana which is life changing, right? Sadhana as a remedy is what is life changing, right? So we have to be very certain regarding what a sadhana is, right? So it's like you get the mantra and you chant the mantra and going by the saying Japata Siddhi, Japata Siddhi, Japata Siddhi, Varanane, right? So Varanane is, Shiva is telling it to Parvati, Varanane is for wife. So by continuous chanting of the mantra is a type of sadhana, mantra sadhana it will be called. This mantra sadhana is life changing. You can get the mantra from the guru, or the mantra can be chosen from different sources as well. This is sadhana. Apart from that, with the same mantra chanting, one goes into the process of purascharan, right? So mantra chanting, stotra reading, havan, tarpan, brahman, bhojan, ityadi is there. That is sadhana. This sadhana can be lifelong. This sadhana can be time bound. And as an aid to this sadhana, visiting temple, the reading the religious scriptures and all comes in. Right. So because this sadhana is life changing, one will have to know what type of sadhana is suitable for a person, what type of sadhana one should do. Generally, when one go into parampara to take initiation, generally parampara belongs to a particular deity, or parampara believes in a particular deity, and that deity is given to the person who goes to the parampara. But here comes the point that how do you know which deity is good for you, say? So it goes into a two-way approach. By saying which deity is good for you, am I saying that some deities may not be good for you, right? If you go by spirituality, that's not the case. All the deities are very powerful, all the deities are very suitable, and all sort of things. But that's the sadhana approach, that's the bhakti approach, that's the devotion approach, but that's not the approach of astrology, right? When you go into hardcore tantra, deeper into spirituality, you see a lot of chakras related to seeing which mantra is suitable, which mantra is not suitable, which is favorable mantra, which is unfavorable mantra, what will be the result of which mantra, which is siddh mantra, right, which gives quick result, which is ari mantra, which is bad result. And very often we have seen in the experience of religious people, that like even great people like Nigmanand Paramhans have got an Ari mantra, and he went to Bamkhep, and Bamkhep told that it is an Ari mantra for you. You should not do it. You should leave it, right? So all such Ari mantras, etc., should be done. And it's not only about mantras; it's about deity also, right? Which deity we have to worship, right? That is one particular thing. Regarding the deity, then also which form of the deity is more suitable, right? A deity have multiple forms, right? So which form of deity is suitable? Generally, when one goes into a guru based parampara lineage and wants to take initiation, etc., there, then they do not give you all of these options, right? Generally the initiations that happen in a group of people, right? So 20, 30, 200, 300 people are initiated at once. So will they be giving a separate mantra to all, or will they be checking the suitability of all? Certainly that does not happen, right? I believe the best practice will be that guru is segregating students based on something, right? But that's not done, right? Like you come as people come in herds and they get initiation in herds, and that's why you see the majesty of sadhana, the majestic experience and the majestic result that is told is not achieved by people, right? Because it's not being done in the proper way, right? So people don't know what constitutes the sadhana and all. They do not know what are the forms of deity, what all deities can be worshipped, which worship is good, which worship is not good, what are the mantras, etc., of the deity. Mantras are also multiple. Which mantra is to be chosen, which mantra is not to be chosen? Should you do only one mantra throughout the lifetime, or you should go through the Kram method where you do one lettered mantra, then four lettered mantra, then six lettered mantra, then eight lettered mantra? If you are going into Tantra, then which amana is good, which amana is not good, which opinion should be taken, which opinion should not be taken? This because we are astrologers, right? We see the things from astrological perspective. So we do not go by the concept that engineering is good for one or being a doctor for good for one, right? Like being a doctor is good for one. We go by the approach that as per the horoscope, as per the combination, we find what is suitable. This is what is the power in astrology, right? This is what is good in astrology. This is what is the strength of astrology. This is why it works, right? This is why it is so very essential, because one size does not fit all, right? Everything is not suitable for everyone. There is nothing like that, right? So this basic point is there. So in the course, right? So first, I believe those who are sadhakas, those who want to do sadhana, the courses, Secret of Devi Worship Part 2, and the courses that I do, that talks about deities, that talks about form of deities, that talks about which type of deity should be chosen for a person, what are all the mantras for the deity that one should do, what is the sadhana, what constitutes the sadhana, what type of practices should be done, should stotra be done, if yes, what type of stotra should be done, what should be the worship order, what should be the worship procedure, how should you do the worship, how is the complete setup, right? If you want to do an yearly sadhana, how to do it, if you want to do a day by day sadhana, how to do that, all of these things the course deal with, right? So because it deals with that, someone who wants to do sadhana can come in the course, can know about the sadhana, can choose a suitable deity, can choose a suitable mantra, and can start doing the sadhana, right? One can choose the mantra, one can choose the deity, go to a guru and take initiation from them also, right? But the experience of the numerous students who have been into these courses is that I recommend particularly mantras. They start doing the mantras because, see, I only recommend those things which are safe. I do not recommend those practices which backfire as such. And be very sure that all of the things that I am telling you to do, I have experience related to that, and I am also, like, if something is out of my capacity, out of my capability, apparently I will not do that, right? So I am always very much into only doing things which I am capable of, which I should be doing, right? So all of the things related to sadhana, right? Mantra of such goddess should not be given to such person, this thing should not be done to this person, that person, I'm well aware of all of these things, right? All of the students who have came into courses, they have this particular thing, they choose a particular type of mantra, and then experience have been very good, right? Many of them have shared it to me, right? So, like, so for sadhakas, this is a very good course. But apart from that, as an astrologer also, you see, because this is what constitutes the remedy. In fact, this is what constitutes the most powerful, most effective remedy, sadhana, as we just discussed, right? So as an astrologer, because if you are practicing as an astrologer, then with this knowledge, right? Because see, if it is only related to sadhana, if it is only related to personal sadhana, then spiritual guidance consultation is there, right? I should recommend people, okay, take spiritual guidance consultation. I will give you very customized sadhana for you using all of my knowledge, right? That is also a good way, right? Because the one who is concerned only about themselves, for them consultation is very good, right? But the course is there, keeping in mind that astrologers are going to use it, right? That's the point. Now, the thing is that if you are an astrologer in the course, you know about a lot of deities, you know about their mantras, you know how to do sadhanas. And mantras are particularly segregated based on multiple things, right? Mantra segregated based on result, mantra segregated based on capability, mantra segregated based on gender, etc. All the rules of mantra shastra is taken into account and taught to the students also, right? If you are doing a mantra, it is not working, what to be done? If you are giving a mantra to someone for lifelong chanting, what modifications needs to be done? If it is a sadhana to be done in 1 year, what modifications is to be done, etc. All of that is taught. So for an astrologer and for a person, they do not only get a sadhana method for themselves, but they also get to know a lot of things that they can recommend to their clients also. Right. So post learning the things in the course, and because I know that some students may have problem with respect to reading Devanagari, what you call Hindi. So everything, all the mantras are transliterated into English also, right? So the one who is well versed in English can also read it in English also. And if someone have some problem related to pronunciation, though the pronunciation is made extremely clear, but still the person can reach out to me, ask in the classes. All my classes, all my courses are extremely interactive, right? So student can come and a student can ask to pronounce a mantra, and based on that, right? So post the course, one can have a list of deities, list of mantras, and how to do the sadhanas, elaborate method, concise method, what is important, what is not important, what can be left out, what cannot be left out, and based on that, for an astrologer, they get a ready reckoner list, which they can note down, which they can remember, and based on that, they can give remedies to their client, those remedies which work, those remedies which have shown results to many of my clients, those remedies that I can guarantee, and because I can guarantee, you can also guarantee, right? So course covers these two particular things. Apart from that, this is Secret of Devi Worship Part 2. So I am particularly focusing on Durga Shaptashati. We will talk about Durga Shaptashati, the importance of Durga Shaptashati and all. So regarding Durga Shaptashati, complete knowledge of how to do sadhana related to Durga Shaptashati, what all etc. can be done, and elaborating on deities, elaborating on Durga, different forms of goddess Durga, etc. will be taught in the course. Also regarding Durga Shaptashati, many people read Durga Shaptashati in Hindi translations, etc. They read, but it is of no use. It is to be read in real Sanskrit only. That Sanskrit can be written in Devanagari, that Sanskrit can be written in Tamil, Telugu, Gujarati, Malayalam, Marathi, any language, does not matter, but it have to be the basic Sanskrit. If you don't read in Sanskrit, it does not work, right? Because translation is not supposed to be read, right? So, but people have problem related to that. So what I have done is that I have made a 400-page text written all by myself, end to end, where I have broken each and every word of Saptashati for proper reading, right? So I have written it, using which one can read Saptashati properly. They can read it for their own sadhana, and certainly based on that pronunciation, they can guide others also how to read things and all, right? So this is something which is very important. And then there are a lot of Tantra secrets in Saptashati also, right? There are many secret methods of worshipping goddess Durga as well that we are going to discuss. Regarding goddess Durga, we know that, okay, 9 forms of goddess Durga is there. Prathamam Sailaputri cha, Dutiyam Brahmacharni, Tritiyam Chandraganteti, Kushmandeti, Chaturthakam, Panchamam Skandamateti, Shashtyam Kattayaniti cha, Saptavam Kalratriti, Mahagauriti cha, Ashtamam, Nammam Siddhidatri cha, Navdurga Prakrtita, right? The shloka comes in Devi Kavach. This Navdurga is there, but then there are different forms of Durga also, right? And this Navdurga is from one kalpa only. There are 3 kalpas of Durga. So all of those 3 kalpas of Durga, different forms of goddess Durga, their mantras, their sadhanas, going to learn in the course. Apart from that, there are also other major goddesses as well. Saraswati is there, Lakshmi is there. All of this is there. So related to them also, a lot of mantras, stotras, and particularly those mantras, stotras, and those things which are safe, can be done by anyone, is also going to be taught in the course. Apart from that, many fundamental, many conceptual things which people have a lot of confusion related to is also very much cleared. For example, Kali the goddess. Who do not know Kali the goddess? But you see, Kali is very different. The Kali which is Mahavidya is very different. She have multiple forms. The Kali which comes in Durga Shaptashati is very different. She have multiple forms, and based on the different parts of India, the Kali that is worshipped have very different forms. Right. So all of these things we will discuss. We will understand mantras, etc. related to all of them. In fact, related to Mahavidyas, though Mahavidya is not for all, but few Mahavidyas, their selected mantras, etc., mantras, stotras, etc., which is very safe to be done. Things which I have authority on to share. All of these things is also being to be taught in course, right? So anyone who is looking to do sadhana related to all of these things should absolutely be in the course. And for those astrologers who want to enhance their level of giving remedies and actually want to give remedies which is life changing for the clients, for them also, the course is very high usable. In fact, I will tell you one more thing in this particular regard. See, it is told that Kalau Chandi Vinayak, or in Kali Yuga, the worship of Chandi and Vinayak. Chandi is goddess Durga. Chandi is particularly the main form of Durga that comes in Shaptashati. So it is not Kalau Devi Vinayako, right? It's not Kalau Durga Vinayako, it's Kalau Chandi Vinayako, right? Chandi is the particular form of goddess which comes in Saptasati. Chandamunda Sangare, Soni the Bij Hare, Madhukaita Mare, Surbhay Nagare. From the Hindi Arati of goddess, right? So Chandi is the main goddess, right? In Saptashati. So that's why by saying Kalau Chandi Vinayako, it is to say that worship of Ganesha in the form of Vinayak and Durga in the form of Chandi is the most beneficial in Kali Yuga. So this also highlights very much importance of, right, why the Devi worship is so very important, because apart from that, in Kali Yuga the worship of Hari is very important, and in Kali Yuga the worship of Shiva is very important. These four things are also told. Certainly Shankaracharya have also said Panchayatan worship should be done by all the Hindus, so Surya also becomes important. But so in this regard, all of the deities are very, very important. Certainly in Kali Yuga, deities like Indra, etc., we don't worship now. That but these gods we worship, this is very important. But here the nuanced part is there, right? As I just told you, Chandi is told. What is Chandi? How to worship Chandi? This point is very important, right? This many people don't know. So this point is there. Apart from that, I believe, see, for woman, for female, it is very essential to worship Devi. It is very essential to worship Devi because all the women are also the form of Devi. Taisa sarvatra naristita, you are in all women. So for women to realize and understand their inner potential, true nature, and to make it of best use, the worship of Devi is 100% essential. It is like a female being feminine, a female being real female is what Devi worship does to a female. So for females, it is very important, but for male. You see, Devi, for the fulfillment of wishes and desires, Devi is the ultimate thing. Nasht Rajya Praptarthe, Abhyudaya. Abhyudaya means rise of fortune, rise of luck. For this, Devi is ultimate. Nasht Rajya Praptarthe, anything which is lost, one wants to gain it, it is very good. The greatness of Devi is highly eulogized. Raja no dastam yanti, Rajasri hamavapneyat. Right? Kings become like servant. One gets name, fame, status. So all the things related to, right? Devi is very Rajasi in nature. And all the things related to Rajas. Rajas is related to desire, achievement, want. So one wants home, property, marriage, good marital life and all. This Devi does very brilliantly. So for fulfillment of wishes and desires, particularly for all the Rajasic wishes and desires, there is nothing that works other than Devi. Devi is what works 100%. Manifesting those things which is not written in the horoscope of the person is what Devi does, right? That's why she is called Karma Phaleshu Jushtam. She changes karma, she destroys the karma, she can produce the new karmas, right? So for this also, Devi worship is very important. In fact, I will tell you, for marriage related problem, the worship of Durga is very essential. In fact, there is a particular stotra of Durga, which is very, very essential for marriage. Durgaya Durgaparaya. This particular line is from a particular stotra. This stotra is particularly very brilliant for marriage related issues. I will say anyone who does this stotra 3 times a day for 40 days, in 40 days, you will see their marital life, how miraculously it improves. There are many other such remedies also. Now, this I am telling you from my experience only, right? The stuti of the goddess, the stotra of the goddess that I am referring to have a lot of uses. But in modern times, I have seen that particularly with respect to marriage, absolutely it works very, very great. In fact, the Devi's mantra, Patanim Manoramam Dehim Manovrattanusaranam Taranim Durga Sansara Sagrasya Kuludbhavam, the result of this mantra, the effect of this mantra, who does not know? Everyone knows. Where does it come from? It comes from the sect of Devi. So for fulfillment of wishes and desires for male also, right? For female, that is very essential because she is the Mula Prakriti, she is the Stritva, she is the feminine, feminosity, like if this is a word like feminosity. Right. So she is the feminine in the woman. So all the women should honor her, worship her, and for male also. For fulfillment of wishes and desire, for Rajasic wishes and desires, there's nothing better than goddess. There is no solace other than goddess. So that's why goddess worship becomes very, very important. And in the most elaborate method how to do goddess worship and all, I'm going to teach in the course. And it is remedies which gives, I will not say which is the purpose of astrology, but which gives a broader, bigger meaning and gives more usefulness to astrology. Keeping all of these things in mind, I am doing this course, and I believe those who resonate with my thoughts should absolutely join it. Thank you for watching the video.